But I feel like the Rhinestone Cowboy suddenly, you know, getting cards and letters from people I don't even know, offers coming over the phone, and offers for me to be an influencer. Can you imagine me being an influencer? I wouldn't want to influence my own fucking children, let alone the public at large, and a product ambassador. I don't know what they see in me. The weirdest one was a flower delivery service. Would you really want somebody who looks like me knocking on your door, offering you a bunch of flowers? That'd be like a mafia death threat, wouldn't it, eh? Here, mate, we're burying you in the morning.
By way of making some noise, anyone here who isn't Scottish or that, do you find the Scottish accent sexy? You know what the fucked up part is? I actually agree with you. I think it's all bullshit that Hollywood has like tricked women into thinking that Scottish accent's sexy. Because I know my girlfriend's American. She was all excited when she first came here. She's like, I'm gonna fall in love with a Scotsman. Like the idea of a Scottish accent, there's not one. You know what I mean? Imagine being American, coming over here, love-struck eyes, and being like, I want to meet a nice Scotsman. And you end up getting shagged by some guy for Fife. Say, oh, I keep going like that, I'm going to kick in my breeks, eh? That's a mood killer, that.
If you're the same age as me, you'll know what to do. I hope. Shorty's like a melody in my head that I can't keep out. Got me singing that. Thank you so much, guys. Every time I do that, I do have a moment where I'm like, fuck, how much will it suck if no one says anything? So thanks for doing that. I appreciate that. I think that test works because if you sung back just then, you were probably a teenager when that came out, that song. That's when like we hear music the most, I think. And for us, for the people that just sung back just then, that song was huge, but our huge songs are quite unique. Our big songs from our era, right? They lived and they died in the space of 6 weeks. No other generation has this. Our songs, they came out like that song, and they just came out replay, and we just play it all over like a fucking replay. Play it 6 weeks. We smashed it. Best song ever. Best song ever. And then the 6 weeks ended, and they never got played again, ever, ever. You never walk into a cafe now and hear fucking if 10 million fireflies lit up the fucking. It's never happened. Never will happen. It's just weird. Other generations, they go back, they critique their music, they analyse it. No one's ever going to be on an analytical radio station going, yeah, John, this is where Jason Derulo really found his sound. Jason Derulo. So he says his name at the start of the song, shows a point of real self-reflection present in his art. He's aware of what his name is, John. What you say? Few ways you could interpret it, John. Maybe she didn't hear him. Maybe she didn't like what he said. That's the great thing about Derulo's art. It's ambiguous a lot of the time, man. My parents, they used to sing to me when I was in the bath. When I was a really little kid, they'd sing the biggest songs from when they were teenagers. They sing like Bob Dylan, like Nina Simone, incredible songwriters. Imagine me, 15 years' time, my kid's in the bath. Soldier boy, crank that, oh, whammy, crank that, whammy, oh, whammy. Hey there, Delilah, what's it like in New York City? You're 1,000 miles away.
At the time, I had a strong Indian accent, right? I answered some questions in religion class. Some of the kids giggle. They're kids, they're gonna giggle. This is how the teacher decides to deal with that situation. She goes, Suraj, why don't you go out to lunch quickly? I'll have a chat with them first. A few minutes later, a mate of mine came over and told me what she said. Apparently she said, hey, be nice to the new kid. Otherwise, sometimes they can turn into school shooters. What a way to ingratiate me to my new friends.
We had our first family holiday this year, and I'm very, very lucky to have had a family holiday. Not a fucking holiday though, is it? Oh. She was livid the whole time. Not with my wife, just with me. Absolutely furious. the whole time. I was doing everything wrong. She had a lot of feedback, constant reviews. It's like I was at the Edinburgh Festival. It was awful. See, I did everything wrong. You're cutting up my dinner wrong. You're putting on my cosy wrong. You're doing my hair wrong. I thought, fucking hell, you got a lot of confidence. Someone that can't wipe their own arse, haven't you? She's only happy for 1 hour every day, and that's because there was a disco between 6 and 7. Every day she was there, 5 to 6, like, let's go, let's have some music, let's get the big tunes on, let's have it large. She's there just, oh, Baby Shark, yeah, fucking love this one. She was on day 13 of Glastonbury.
So we got the cat to come inside. This is our cat. We named it as much as you can name a cat, let alone one that's been doing its own thing for 16 years. It's mostly just for reference between us, you know. So at first we were calling it Helen. We thought it was blind and deaf, so we were calling it Helen. You know what? I didn't name it that. My girlfriend named it that. So you're not mad at me. You're mad at her. And yeah, I will throw her under the bus, making me beat off at her dead mom's room. Yeah. All's fair, babe. She is calling it Helen. I was calling it Dirt Nap. That's how I was calling the cat. On account that it sleep all the time and was filthy, but also it looked deceased more often than not. That cat looked like it had perished many times. Like, oh, cats sleep weird, but like draped over a curb, under a car tire, just with its eyes open, looking at nothing. I walked up to it with a shovel more than once.
I have to say, and I don't really know how to reveal this, but I've got a few kids, they're all fucking boring. I know, none of them drink, none of them take drugs. Where have I gone wrong? And I think what's happened is they've rebelled. You know, kids rebel against their parents' culture. That's all right if your parents are conservative, straight and boring. They've rebelled against my having it large culture. Yeah. So you know at Christmas when you get a bit of cocaine in, right? Even if I haven't had any throughout the year, get a little bit at Christmas. It's like a family tradition now. Get a bit of bootros in, as we call it, bootros, Garley, Charlie. So at Christmas, my kids come round, they're all grown up, they bring their kids, I'm the granddad. I have to go into the bathroom of my own fucking house to do my Charlie in secret. But last year, even I thought I might be getting a bit too old for this shit. I looked down, I was actually chopping up my Charlie with my senior citizens rail card. I know. You see how boring my kids are? One of my daughters, she's fantastic. You know, I don't know, you have ideas, you have hopes and dreams for your kids, and they don't always see them through. I wanted her to be in a band, or be a sort of punk poet, or run a left-wing bookshop. She's in digital fucking marketing. But this is how boring she is. She phoned me up, this was during lockdown actually, so she was a bit younger. And she brought up the subject of drugs. And she went, Dad, I went, yeah. She went, you know cocaine? I went, of course I do, my darling. Why do you think you've always lived in rented accommodation? And she said, what's it like? I went, what do you mean? What's it like? She went, when you take it, how does it make you feel? I went, no, I know what what's it like means. What I don't understand is why someone in their 20s is asking someone in their 60s what cocaine's like. I've got to tell you, my darling, you've turned out to be a real fucking disappointment. I still get, when I fly, which is rare these days, I still get the random search, right? Which is obviously drug-related at my age. Now, for example, fairly recently I went to South Africa to do the Cape Town Comedy Festival. Very privileged, only white acts on. It was absolutely a brilliant experience. Although, I have to say, a little bit tricky for me going to South Africa. And you can laugh at me rather than with me on this one, because I am still boycotting South African products because of apartheid. I bet there's people in there that don't even know what apartheid is. It was that long ago. And I think what it is I'm one of these people that hold on to my political grudges. I think a lot of old people do that. No matter how outdated or unfashionable they become, you're still there, that's who I am, that's what I believe in. And my kids laugh at me, and I get that. But I think what's happened is I've turned into a modern version of my granddad, And I'm sure some of you remember this generation of British boycotters. He refused to buy Japanese stuff because of what happened to our lads during the war. And we laughed at him. But he kept it up till the day he died, which was in the late 1970s, which meant he had fuck all in his house. No fridge, no radio, no television. I doubt he even had the means to know the war had ended, the silly old sod. And here I am doing exactly the same thing. But you know, when you're white in English, how far back do you go with this stuff? What? Croissants after 1066? No, I'm not going to IKEA till the Vikings say they're fucking sorry. So I got the random search twice. That's not random, is it? You get it on the way there, you get it on the way back. That's not fucking random. And it's very difficult when you're older. You know, be prepared for this. People on authority, they're all younger than you. You can't even take them seriously. He's pulled me over. I have to go through the process. I've done it so many times. And he looked at me and he went, "Did you know, sir, that it's illegal to bring drugs and firearms into the country?" Who in here doesn't fucking know that, right? I thought, why is he speaking to me like I'm a bit of a fucking imbecile? So I went, "Fucking hell! It's illegal now, is it? This must be the Brexit thing kicking in. I think you should put a sign up for something as important as that. Now you fucked up all my gift ideas." Then he brought out the drug sniffer dog. Now, I've never been sniffed up by a drug sniffer dog in my life, given my previous lifestyle. Comes as a bit of surprise. So I thought, oh, this is going to be good. And immediately, I looked at the dog and I thought, wow, when I was younger, and maybe got up to a little bit of mischief, I always thought if ever I was going to get nicked by a dog, it'd be a German Shepherd. There's no shame in that, is there? Cocker fucking spaniel. How humiliating would that be to be nicked by your nan's dog, basically? But then I had a brainwave. I thought, hold on a minute. Drug sniffer dog, what a great pet that would make. You'd never lose your drugs ever again. And you'd always know where to buy drugs. Just take your dog for a walk. Although on a sadder note, when they finish their careers and end up in Battersea Dogs Home, you think, well, the other dogs in there treat them like grasses and nonces in the nick because they work for the old bill, don't they? Hey, the fucking Rottweilers want to see you later, mate, all right. I was just going to say my drug of choice has changed, but now it's a drug of necessity. Painkillers. I don't know if I'm the only one. Most people I know that are over 50, certainly over 60, are on painkillers now because they're suffering from what my doctor calls, and I've got to tell you, this pisses me off, wear and tear. Wear and tear. It's a bit generic, isn't it? I want something with a Latin name, don't you? I said, can we call it wearers tearers? It sounds more serious, isn't it? So I wake up in the morning with me wearers tearers, as I'm sure one or two of you do, and I found a cup of coffee, a couple of painkillers, just takes the edge off the day. But it's actually harder to get painkillers than cocaine. What kind of world are we living in? Cocaine, 30 minutes on the phone. Painkillers, they ask you lots of questions before they hand it over, don't they? You wouldn't get a cocaine dealer doing that, would you? Are you on any other medication? Hey. When they do that in chemists now, start going, of course I am. What do you think I am, a fucking lightweight? Do you operate heavy machinery? I went, do I sound like a northerner to you? Yeah, I'm in my lunch break, mate. I've got to get back on the spinning jenny in 5 minutes. I'm from London, we've got fucking computers now. Why are you asking me these questions? And they went, well, here's the thing, sir, after 3 days of taking these painkillers, you could become addicted. And I thought, who would look at my face and think that bloke needs advice on drugs and firearms? I said, don't worry about me. I must have been part of every youth culture, every drug-related youth culture since the late 1960s. I must have sampled every drug we've all ever heard of. You tell him it's going to be now, then, at my age, after 3 days of taking Nurofen, that's going to be the thing, is it, that finally and eventually pushes me over the fucking edge? Put my wife on the game to feed me habits, sell me blonde kids to Romanian gypsies, yeah. It was all going all right, so they brought that Nurofen Plus out. That's what fucked me right up.
So good to be back in Scotland, to be honest, right? Because I started the year, went over to Australia, went over there to do like Melbourne, Sydney Comedy Festival and that. Very exciting, right? It was a big deal for me. It was the first time I got to go to another country to do comedy, right? Which means it was the first time I ever had to fill out a working visa to get into a country, because usually I'm just going on holiday, and it's very scary, that form to get into Australia, right? There's loads of questions. The big one is they really want to know if you're a criminal, right? So it's like, have you had any prior convictions? And they're all there, right? Burglary, everything's there, right? And I'll be honest, given the history of that country, I genuinely didn't know if they wanted me to tick yes or no. I was like, oh, fuck it. I didn't want them to think I'm a pussy. Put me down for an assault. Get my rep up a bit here. The guy at the border was like, this assault? Was it racially motivated? I went, yes. And he was like, I'll get in, mate. The first place I landed in Australia was Perth, right? And if you've never been, like, Perth's big thing is that it's the most isolated city in the world, and it fucking feels like it. Right? And because of that, in this country, if I say the word junkie, right, immediately what you think of is a heroin addict, right? That's our thing. We're very good at it in Scotland, right? We made a film about it, right? We're class at it, right? Now, the thing about heroin, of course, it's a horrible drug, very scary, right? But the good thing about it is it does make the people that take it very docile. You know what I mean? You didn't really feel like getting up too much after a good batch, The problem with Perth is it's so far away from anywhere else that, like, none of the cartels bother to go there. So there's like no heroin, no cocaine, nothing like that, right? But what you can make anywhere, if you've got a kitchen, is meth. Right? And I know I've framed that in such a way that sounds like I'm going to be like, and if you stay around to the end of the show, I've got a great recipe. But meth is everywhere, and if you've never been around meth, it does not make people docile. No, meth heads are up for a wee adventure. Couldn't believe it, man. The first time I got to Perth, I was wandering around the city centre and I was like, oh my God, this city has so many silent discos. Then I was like, wait a minute, none of these people are wearing headphones. And I think that guy's bleeding. So that was the first place I went, right? And of course, if anyone's been, it's a 24-hour flight. You land, you're upside down, the water's going the other way. You don't know what time it is. You don't know if it's New Year or New York, right? So I landed at about 7 p.m. Perth time, right? My agent had organised for me the next morning at 6 a.m. to be on a local Perth radio station to promote the shows that I was there to do, right? So, of course, like, I don't know what is happening. They're very nice. They sent a taxi to the hotel to pick me up. Right? I just got in it blindly. It could have been the fake taxi for all I know, I don't know if I was going to get pumped or dropped off, but I got in. But anyway, I get to the station, it's all nice. They're being really nice to me. They get me coffee, they're making me feel dead comfortable and that, right? And what I didn't know, I'd never done live radio before, but it makes sense. When they're bringing you in to do your live interview and that, they have to play a pre-recorded bit of radio while they're getting you set up. But when you're in the studio, you can't hear that, right? Someone can hear it in their headphones, but you can't hear it. And what I had no idea, they were playing this pre-recorded kind of interview debate piece about the Australian women's football team, right? They call them the Matildas. And it was quite a heated debate thing. I had no idea, right? So I get brought in, and it's a female presenter on the thing, and she brings me in, she's like, I'm joined here by Scottish stand-up comedian Connor Burns. He's doing some shows in Perth, but before we get to that, Connor, why do you think women's sports isn't taken seriously? Excuse me? I thought you were going to ask me if I miss Iron Brew. Didn't realise I was here to fix the gender pay gap. I would have revised, And you know what? She saw that I was panicking and starting to squirm a bit, and she was fucking loving it. She was like, I'm a stand-up comedian, lost for words, first time for everything on. I was like, fuck! My career was disappearing in front of me, right? And I'm convinced in my panic, I came out with the single worst possible answer to that question anyone could have said, right? I just started to panic. I was like, I'll watch women do anything. She looked at me, she was like, Then I panicked again. I was like, no, like, I'll watch men as well. I'd been in the country for less than 12 hours. I've just told thousands of people on morning radio that I'm a peeping Tom. I'd done 4 shows in Perth, not a single woman came to any of them. Apparently it wasn't safe. Just a bunch of angry guys. It was like an Andrew Tate convention. It was sad. I really did enjoy my time there, man. I got to do some of the best gigs in my career over there as well. They really spoiled me. I got to perform at the Sydney Opera House, right? Yeah, I know. But I'm very working class, right? And I'll be honest with you, as a working class person, there's a wee voice, you know, when you get a big opportunity like that to play at the Opera House, there's always that wee voice in your head that's just going, who the fuck do you think you are? Do you think these people give a shit what you've got to say, really? Right? And I started to get nervous. I was freaking out. It was being filmed for Australian TV. I was really starting to get nervous, right? So I went and found one of the other comedians who was also going to be on the show, and he's a mate of mine. And I went, mate, I'm freaking out a wee bit here, all right? I'm starting to get to myself. And he went, oh, Connor, you know what's wrong with you, right? And I always stick around for the end of that sentence. Yeah. Nothing like being diagnosed by someone who I also know is mentally ill, right? He was like, you know what's wrong with you, mate? He went, you've got imposter syndrome. Right? Have we heard this? Because it used to be, if you were shite at something, rightfully, you were ashamed of yourself, right? But, you know, don't let lack of talent hold you back now. But I'll be honest, I was quite excited when I found out that I had imposter syndrome, right? I was like, this could be good for the brand, shift a few tickets, you know? I was excited. Plus, I'll be honest, I thought, well, maybe I can get myself a disabled parking badge here. Because I live in the centre of Edinburgh, fucking nightmare trying to get parked through there. I went down to the DVLA office, right? I went in, the guy was like, what exactly is the condition that you have? And I went, oh, buddy. I'm actually struggling right now with imposter syndrome. He went, and you think that entitles you to a disabled parking badge, do you? And I went, oh, to be honest, mate, now that you've put it like that, I kind of feel like I don't even deserve to be here. He went, Connor, this is one of the worst cases I've ever seen. You park wherever you want, son. I loved my time in Australia, man. I really, really did. Has anyone here been to Australia? Couple, nice, man. Well, maybe you'll agree with me here. The thing I loved about Australia is I got to experience something over there as a Scotsman that I've never experienced here, right? I got to be exotic. And I'll be honest with you, it's class, right? Because they love the Scottish accent, right? But by way of making some noise, anyone here who isn't Scottish or that, do you find the Scottish accent sexy? You know what the fucked up part is? I actually agree with you. I think it's all bullshit that Hollywood has like tricked women into thinking that Scottish accent's sexy. Because I know my girlfriend's American. She was all excited when she first came here. She's like, I'm gonna fall in love with a Scotsman. Like the idea of a Scottish accent, there's not one. You know what I mean? Imagine being American, coming over here, love-struck eyes, and being like, I want to meet a nice Scotsman. And you end up getting shagged by some guy for Fife. Say, oh, I keep going like that, I'm going to kick in my brakes, eh? That's a mood killer, that. You know what? My agent specifically asked me not to make any of the jokes in this too Scottish. Because she's like, we don't know what part of the world people are going to be watching it, but I was like, I'm keeping that one in. Because the idea of someone in like Tennessee watching this and be like, what the hell is kicking my brakes? Sounds a little fruity to me. It's not just Scottish that gets like a wee leg up from Hollywood as well. I think Hollywood's done a lot of good for Irish as well, right? Because the Americans are always like, oh my God, Irish guys, oh, it's so sexy, it's so hot. Right? I cannot think of anything more sexually terrifying than going to bed with someone with a Belfast accent. Just put your trousers next to mine. Lay back, I'm gonna blow you away. That's scary. By the way, has anyone seen that viral video about the taxi driver in Belfast? Has anyone seen this? Oh man, it was nuts. So this taxi driver is also like a bit of a gangster, but he drives taxis on the side, right? And he picks up a guy, and unbeknownst to him, the guy gets in, and it's a guy that owes him drug money. Right, so the Belfast taxi driver goes into his glove compartment and takes out a handgun, right? Forgetting that his cab is being filmed, and starts shaking down this passenger, right? And it starts out dead scary. He's like, you know you owed me that money. I got half a mind to drive you down here and take your kneecaps, lad. Right? But then, the reason I love this clip is it turns into the most Irish back and forth you've ever seen in your life. Because it starts out dead scary, right? And then eventually the guy in the back starts to cry. And the driver just goes, sure now, there's no need to cry. We all make mistakes, lad. Pull yourself together. I'll give you another fortnight, but then I'm coming for the kneecaps. I thought, wow, how reasonable. But it's great, man. Having the Scottish accent, it's absolutely nuts over there. Like, they really do like it over in Australia. Like, I was wandering about one day, just in Sydney, right? And this woman came up to ask for directions. And she's like, excuse me, do you know the way to Darling Harbour? And I'd been, so I went, oh, aye, no worries. I just go to the bottom of the street and then turn right. And she went, oh my God. Are you Scottish? I was like, here we go. Because I'm not a piece of meat. I was like, why do they never ask me how I feel? I've got a long-term girlfriend, right? And like, I was not over there trying to catch any snapper, right? That's not my modus operandi. So I was over there and I was like, I don't know how to deal with flirting, I'll be honest, because I've never been flirted with in this country. Right? Because I know what I look like. No the best looking guy, no the worst looking guy, just aggressively plain. My best mate summed it up perfectly. He was like, Connor, do you know what you look like? Do you know when you start playing a computer game? And you get your character. But you haven't changed any of the settings yet. So you look like player one. Right? So I'm not used to being flirted with, right? And Aussie women, they're very direct with their flirting. I couldn't handle it, right? And I love my girlfriend. I wasn't going to do anything stupid. So I came up with a wee plan, right? Anytime an Aussie woman started flirting with me, I would just nip it right in the bud by pretending to be South African. Now, I like South African people, man, they're good people, but you've got to admit, that's an unshaggable accent. It's too percussive and angry, it's scary, you know? Like, you imagine she asked me for directions, like, excuse me, do you know the way to Darling Harbour? I'm just like, yeah, no problem, I can take you there myself, Why are you running away? I'm trying to help you. Come on, take me back to your place. Maybe I could shoot you through the bathroom door. I'll just let that one digest. And by the way, to the one or two sick people that tried to start a round of applause there, I love you with all my heart. Although that is a scary joke to get a clap on, right? Because it's very dark in here, and part of me is like, oh my God, maybe he's here and he's running towards me. You know? That might be his wee spatula feet on the tiles. I looked him up recently, Oscar Pistorius, not like in the yellow pages, like, mate, what are you doing? Because like I was quite young when all that happened, and I knew like he was a horrible guy. I knew he'd killed his girlfriend, but I didn't know that much about him, right? Obviously, he's a sprinter, so fast in the Paralympics that they put him into the Olympics, right? Unbelievable. Anyone know what Oscar Pistorius ran 100 metres in? 10.9 seconds, which is rapid. Legged. But unlegged. Unbelievable. Unheard of, right? And I was going down on this wee wormhole looking this stuff up, and then I also discovered the fastest female sprinter of all time, right? Anyone know what she runs 100 metres in? A wee bikini. To be honest, that one's kind of just for me. No, I looked it up. She runs it in 10.7 seconds, right? She's 0.2 of a second quicker than Pistorius, which is amazing. Very, very impressive, right? But like 0.2 of a second, that's not much, right? That's like, you know, a bad start, a wee slip, a sneeze, right? And the fastest woman of all time running full pelt could still be overtaken by a guy with spatulas for feet. Now, I'm just presenting you with some information. But I'll be honest, when I read that, the first thing that popped into my mind was, you know, maybe, just maybe, that is why women's sports isn't taken seriously. Right, I understand the women are a bit pissed off now, right? I'm just messing about. This is a God's honest truth. I made all of the numbers up there. None of that's true. The fastest female sprinter is actually an entire second quicker than Oscar Pistorius. But you didn't care about that. You believed me. Because I'm a man. All right? And I want to be clear, sisters, I think that's fucked up. But it doesn't make it any less true. All right?
Because I'm always in script mode. Like when I'm out in the world, I'm not having authentic moments, you know, I'm not having proper conversations. I'm not listening to what the other person says and then responding accordingly. I'm just doing a script so much of the time. I realized recently, like, so much of my life is spent in that script mode, just having rehearsed interactions. I know my lines, they know all their lines. Usually you don't realize, like you could do a whole day in script mode, not even realize it. You usually don't realise it until the other person randomly goes off script. Out of nowhere, no warning. I got in an Uber the other night. I was like, hey mate, busy night? He goes, yeah, pretty busy. I see you're wearing a Patagonia shirt. People say that's an ethical brand, but I'm not convinced. What the fuck script is this guy doing? I didn't get sent this version, brother. He's doing The Sopranos. I'm doing fucking reruns of Home and Away. I felt out of my depth. It's 3 a.m, I'm holding a kebab. I'm not ready for the Patagonia ethics chat, man. I want to be off script. I want to be just having those real moments, those real interactions. But there are certain environments where it's better to stick to the script. Like I have a day job. I work at a school when I'm not doing this. I'm not teaching. I'm a teacher's aide. I'm like in the classroom helping certain kids. And sometimes you slip out of the mode that you're supposed to be in. And it's not that good. I was sitting at the back of the room next to a year 9 student, right? I've been working with this kid for a few years, so I'm really invested. I'm really backing him. He put his hand up in class, answered a question. It's quite a big deal for him because he's quite socially anxious. And it was a beautiful answer as well. Teacher said, why is school important? Or some shit like that. And he said, it's important because you can learn things, but you can also make friends at school. Yeah, and in the silence of that classroom, much like the silence that we're in right now, at this volume, I went, fuck yeah, Benji. Which you're not supposed to do. I don't know if you know much about working in schools. It's strongly discouraged to do that sort of shit. I like working with kids because they don't have a script yet, you know? They don't know what they should and shouldn't say. They just say weird shit. They're honest. Like young kids, like little kids, they don't care if you get offended. They just speak with pure honesty. I was talking to a girl at the school the other day. She's 8 years old, right? She was trying to ask me how old I am. I could tell that's the question she's trying to construct. But she kept fucking up the wording of it. It was really cute. She's like, at what month is the number of your days? She had a few guys. She's like, at what year is the number of your birth? And then like she was fumbling around with it for ages, really thinking. And then eventually, truly, she looks at me and she just goes, when are you gonna die? Like in her heart of hearts, that's what the real question was, you know? Which maybe it is for all of us, if you think of it like that. I'm gonna start asking that at parties. Happy birthday, John, when are you gonna die? At the dog park, she's gorgeous. When do you reckon she'll die? That one's sadder, isn't it? It's sadder to think about a dog than it is a human. That's weird. Interesting. It's good. It's weird, like, even that comment, I think about this a lot. Young kids don't really care that much about death. Like, the way they talk about it, they throw it around in conversation like it ain't no thing. Like, you go to a young kid, why shouldn't we run inside with scissors? Straight away, first answer, because you'll fall over, stab yourself in the gut, and die. They just go to that point really quickly. They talk about death like it's nothing. I feel like young kids and then really old people at the very end of their lives, very blasé about death. Like my grandpa, before he died, he said something to me I'll never forget. He was 95 years old. I went and visited him, and he said to me, actually first he said, Lewis, I want to show you something. And he took me into his bathroom. I was like, I don't like that that's the setting for you showing me something, Grandpa. But then he pointed at the ground, right? He's like, have a look at that. I'm like, what am I looking at? He's like, have a look at that. Usually I get the packet of 24 toilet rolls, but this time I got the 12 pack because I figured it should probably see me out. That's morbid, isn't it? I respect it though, it's frugal. Also, what a fun guessing game to play at the end of your life. Isn't it crazy that that's what life amounts to? Like, that's what you're doing at the end of your life. Like, there's so much magic in your life, so much magic in the world. Like, you think about when you're a kid, everything's magic, isn't it? You know, you're growing up, you're like, whoa, so much magic. Is Father Christmas real? You get a bit older, you figure out how to do the swings in the playground without needing an adult to push you. That's magic. You get a bit older, you're a teenager, you try drugs for the first time. That's magic. You get a bit older, you leave school, you get a job, you get a bit tired, you stop seeing the magic as easily. It's a bit, you got to squint to see the magic. You keep working, you get sort of ground down, you're getting more and more tired. Some good things happen, of course. You fall in love, but after a while the magic dies. A few years later, so does she. And then at the end of your life, you find yourself just at the supermarket, 93 years old, aisle 12, just going, how many more shits am I going to take? I want to nail it. I want to nail my shit for sheet ratio because it's my last little game on this planet, my last slice of magic. And he died before COVID, my grandpa. I'm so glad that he didn't live to see COVID. That would have been a harder time for older individuals. Not only does the virus affect you disproportionately, you also have to watch much younger people greedily hoard the one thing that still brings you joy. But kids see the magic. That's what I like about working with kids. They don't struggle to see the magic at all. 5-year-old boy came up to me at the school. He held up a leaf. He'd picked up this leaf from the ground. He showed it to me. He said, isn't it funny? 5 years old. He said, isn't it funny? The leaves fall from the tree, but the leaves have a drawing of a tree on them. He showed it to me, and I've never thought about this, but the leaf has like these veins in it, like one vein down the middle, and then veins that shoot off like branches. It looks exactly like what a 5-year-old would draw as a drawing of a tree. And that's on every leaf. Leaves taking selfies. They're like taking, the trees taking selfies, dropping them around in autumn. This is a crazy, I think this is like one of the sad things about the education system, right? Is that this kid's not doing too well in school. But like, you should get like some sort of like a medal or like a certificate, some sort of, like if you say something when you're 5 years old that then a week and a half later gets discussed by 3 30-year-old men on mushrooms for an hour and a half, you should get a prize, I think. That is impressive. I overthink things. Working at the school, I get worried about stuff. Like I get worried about the future of the world. I get worried about climate change. I've been freaking out about climate change so much. I've been so worried about it, I decided to stop it. Yeah, I did. I just thought, fuck it. It's gone on long enough. I'll jump in. And I have. I've been doing it. You've probably noticed. I have been doing it. The way I've been doing it, I've started using eco-friendly cigarette filters. I don't know exactly what they do, but they're eco-friendly. I figure if I smoke enough, I can turn this thing around. You know what I mean? You've probably noticed, you've probably been walking around, oh, the trees look greener, there's more birds around. That's me doing that. I'm having 80 darts a day. I can't walk up a flight of stairs, but I'm willing to do it. Just by a round of applause, does anyone else use eco-friendly cigarette filters? No wonder the reef's fucked. Come on, guys. Some of you are sitting there, you're thinking, oh, well, I don't even smoke. Well, start fucking smoking then. It's urgent. It's funny the shit we do, I reckon. Like, you know, I was thinking, like, if I have kids in the future, there'll be a moment, won't there? Like, if we keep going the way we're going, my kid's like 10, 12 years old, something like that, they'll say something, they'll ask, won't they? Hey, Dad, what did you do to stop it? When it was all kicking off, this climate change shit, what did you do to stop it? That's an awkward one, isn't it? I got this cup, Josh. It's like a normal coffee cup, but you can use it more than once. I actually had to buy a lot of those because I kept losing them, but it's still better. One time I was at a bar, I saw the bartender give a guy a plastic straw without even asking him if he wanted a straw. I was pretty coked up. I said, brother, don't do that. And yeah, that's it. Go to school, Josh. My friend said this to me. I reckon this is one of the stupidest things I've ever heard. He said, you shouldn't use condoms because they're not biodegradable. Apparently, he said you shouldn't use condoms because they never break down. Eventually, they end up in the ocean. Fish end up choking on them and shit, so you shouldn't use them for that reason. I assume that doesn't work in the bedroom, that line. I doubt any of his sexual partners are like, fuck, you're such an environmentalist. Good point, take it off. But also, it's such an illogical argument because, like, think about the purpose of condoms. Think about what condoms achieve. Like, if humans are the ones causing ecological disaster, more condoms equals less humans. Condoms are the best thing for the environment, regardless of what they're made out of. Make them out of anything. Make them out of seals, whales, depleted uranium. Who gives a fuck? They'll always be the best thing for the environment because more condoms equals less humans. More condoms, if you think about it, eventually equals less condoms. So they're our best defense against themselves.
I got married recently. It's quite exciting. My wife, me and my wife, we're called an interracial couple. I'm brown, she's interracial. No, she's a white lady, right? She likes to exercise, she likes to work out, she likes to do yoga. She tries to get me to do yoga. I'm like, don't force your culture onto me. All right? We're very similar in a lot of ways, but in a couple of key ways we're different. Like how quickly we fall asleep. I take half an hour to fall asleep. Her head, as soon as it hits the pillow, she's gone. It's like, how good was your childhood that you're not spending 30 minutes just processing trauma? I'm doing right shoulder, left shoulder, leg in, leg out. She's snoring the whole time. And she likes to listen to true crime podcasts as she goes to sleep. But she falls asleep in seconds, so now it's just me and the podcast. And I'm hearing it come out of her headphones, and it's going, and his head was separated from his body. It's terrifying, right? Very concerning. Another little way me and my wife are different is how we watch movies. Like, together we'll pick a nice movie, and then I'll sit down and do this crazy, insane thing where I'll watch the movie. She's immediately on her phone, the Instagram, TikTok, 2 inches from her face. When she's feeling ambitious, she gets a secondary headphone, secondary video, right? Like, we're watching Shogun. She doesn't know Japanese. She doesn't care. She hasn't looked up at the screen in 45 seconds. How do I know? Because I'm not looking at the screen either. I'm counting seconds looking at her. Now, no one's watching the screen, right? Sometimes she'll come to my shows, sit in the back and watch videos of Jerry Seinfeld. It's like, this guy's great. You should be more like him. Another way we're different is our walking speed, right? One of us walks a little faster than... I'm the slow walker. Of course I'm the... What a twist! What a twist. Of course I'm the slow walker. I need hydration to talk to you guys for an hour. But here's the thing, right? As the fast walker, she can walk slower much more easily than I can walk faster. But she doesn't because she's inconsiderate. It's so much easier to walk slower if you're the faster one, but she doesn't do it. The big concession she's made now is she'll walk 50 steps ahead, pull over, and wait for me to catch up. Then I'll finally catch up. She's gone again. I'm about to... From a distance, it looks like we're doing high-impact interval training. It's brutal, you know? Recently, we were on one of these adjacent walks, and we bumped into some friends. And they were like, what's wrong? Are you fighting? You're walking 50 feet apart. I was like, we're not fighting. She's just inconsiderate. He's like, it sounds like you're fighting. And I was like, it looks bad to friends. It must look even worse to strangers. Because what they see is a small white lady walking quickly, nervously looking over her shoulder. And then I'm like, oh my God, we're seeing a crime happen in real time. Someone please call the cops. But that's love. Love is fascinating, right? Because every Hollywood movie tells us love is the most powerful feeling you'll ever feel. The most powerful feeling you'll ever feel. I don't know if that's true. Like, have you ever been in the leftmost lane with the green left arrow, but the dude in front of you wants to go straight? You know, the vicious rage you feel? Have you ever felt that much love for anyone? And it's not even anger, right? It's other feelings as well, like fear. Like, have you ever locked eyes with a cockroach and seen it take flight? When a 2D problem becomes a 3D problem. That's not even my biggest fear. My biggest fear is seeing an end school zone sign without having seen the first sign. Now you're telling me? I can't do anything about it now. It's brutal, right? I was like, okay, maybe love is the most powerful. Maybe it's the most resilient, right? Because why do we unguard ourselves so much in the pursuit of love? Maybe it's the most resilient. And I was like, yeah, that sounds nice. And I believed it for years. Until I caught up with a mate of mine that I hadn't seen for ages. And he went, Suraj, I just got married. She's an amazing lady, the greatest thing that ever happened to me. I'd take a bullet for her. I'd die for her. I went, fantastic. Then I caught up with him 6 months later. I was like, how's it going? He's like, don't even say her name. I was like, what happened to the bullet thing? That's when I realized romantic love is actually the most fragile, right? It can be everything one day, nothing the next. In fact, every other kind of love is more resilient than romantic love. Like, take, for example, I love pizza. 10 years from now, I'm gonna love pizza. That is more guaranteed than all our romantic loves put together. Isn't that terrifying? Like 10 years from now, you'll be in Woolies with a partner different to the one you have now. You look over to the freezer section and see a pizza and you go, I bet Suraj still loves pizza. And I wish her the best wherever she is. The lady I took to Suraj's show. You know? Coming over to Australia as well, like, I knew English fluently, but I didn't know all, like, the sayings and idioms and catchphrases. And you really need those to effectively communicate. Like, there's more than one way to skin a cat. What does that mean? That means there's more than one way to do something. Just fucking say that. Why are we butchering Fluffy here? It's not even shorter, right? So I thought, okay, let me learn all the idioms, all the sayings. And I thought I'd learn all of them. But there was one I didn't know. I thought had a domestic meant had a domestic flight. So I went to work the next day. They were like, how's your weekend? I was like, terrible. They're like, what happened? I was like, I had the worst domestic. They're like, oh my God, why? I was like, first of all, the food was terrible. They're like, what an abusive asshole this guy is. They're like, maybe you just need more space. I'm like, yeah, but that costs extra. Lately, I've been trying to get into better shape, right? I realized I'd started to get too fat. I properly realized I was getting too fat when I stopped fitting in my wristwatch. That's how you know you've been getting fat for a while, right? Because no one's like, as soon as I eat, it goes straight to my wrist. That's one of the last places to grow in diameter. There are so many other warning lights going off in the body before the wrist finally just gives out. Do you know how brutal it is? Like, all my friends from high school, they're trying to get back into their wedding dresses. I'm trying to get back into my Casio. Do you know how harsh it is to take the little baggie of links to the Casio shop? They're like, who's that for? That's for me. It's like, please put me back in my watch. I have eaten my way out of knowing the time. Isn't that crazy though? Like, have you ever gotten so fat you don't know what time it is? It's like fourth dimensionally fat, right? Like, I'm behind the bookcase pushing the books out. Sure, they're mostly cookbooks, but whatever. It's tough, you know? So lately I've been thinking, you know, I gotta get into better shape. How can I do it? Like, I went to my doctor and one of the things that made me really want to reconsider was when on Instagram, unprompted, an ice cream shop started following me. They're like, this will be good for our business, actually, if we get into the ground floor with this guy. So I went to the doctor, and the doctor said, you're pre-diabetic. I'm like, oh, that sounds bad. Do I have diabetes or don't I? He's like, both. Because everything else, you either have it or you don't, right? No one's like, oh, you keep going to that nightclub, you're 3 weeks pre-herpes. You either have it or you don't. So now I'm like concerned about my health. I'm like, oh my God, my liver, all this kind of stuff. I'm taking an Uber back from the doctor's place, and the guy that was driving me, he was also like this in shape, like personal trainer kind of guy. And we had a beautiful like 20-minute conversation where he was guiding me through plans on how I can eat healthier, how I can start exercising. And he gave me this great outline, and it was just a beautiful moment of two strangers connecting, right? And it would have stayed a beautiful moment had he not 15 minutes later also been my Uber Eats driver. The disappointment in his face as he brought a single pint of Ben & Jerry's ice cream, set it down and took a photo of it. And I'm looking through the drapes and I can see his disappointment, and I feel a bit bad as well. But mostly I feel excited because the Ben & Jerry's is here. I was like, this is brutal, you know? Like, do you ever get paranoid at the ice cream parlor? That's how you know I'm out of shape, right? When my stories start like that. But do you ever get paranoid at the ice cream parlor that if you order 2 scoops, they'll give you 2 80% size scoops? That's a big concern of mine, right? So I figured out a way around it, right? This is what I do now. I go in and I go, I'll just have 1 scoop of the chocolate, please. And he gives me a big behemoth chocolate scoop. And I go, I think I'll be bad. I'll have a scoop of strawberry on top of that. Now he's shown me his hand. He's shown me how big a scoop is. He can't put a little cherry-sized scoop on this behemoth scoop. Gotta give me 2 behemoth scoops. I'm like, aha! He's like, Suraj, you come here every week. I'm happy to give you the extra ice cream. We don't have to do this dance. I'm like, I like the dance. Let's do it. I was catching up with family recently, and my cousin, she is what you would call a coconut. Anyone want to describe to me what a coconut is? Yeah. My brown friends here. Yes, exactly. Brown on the outside, white on the inside, right? She was born and raised in California. So she's a California girl, but she looks like me, right? Without the beard. Good for her, right? I remember her mom, my aunt, caught her having done cocaine, but the way she found out was by reading her diary. Which is the least cool way of being caught doing the coolest thing? Because whose life is like, dear diary? How's that your life? But let's talk about something a bit more lighthearted. Do we really need equality? Don't worry, I won't leave after saying that. One day I might, right? But this is what I think, right? My wife, she's studied law and politics her whole life. She's much smarter than me. I know nothing about politics. We both get one vote. I think that's fucked up. We don't do that with anything else, right? We don't do that with science. We don't go, Suraj, the rocket scientists, they think we'll need 3,000 tons of propellant fuel to land this rover on Mars. What do you think? Yeah, well, the other day the fuel light came on in my car, but I still drove all the way to Parramatta. So maybe not 3,000 tons, like 2,780 maybe. There's more in there that they don't tell you about. Like I feel like rockets are built the same way. Because I'm concerned of how much of a dumbass I am for the voting power I have, right? I have these giant gaps in knowledge. Right? Like for the longest time, I thought there were two kinds of coconut. I thought there was the green coconut and the brown hairy coconut. And it wasn't until I cut open a green coconut and pulled the brown hairy coconut out that I realized there's half as many coconuts as I think there are, man. And I've been voting for 13 years. That's terrifying, right? And my favorite thing about that is 1 in every 2 shows, someone comes up after and goes, thank you for the coconut information. It's like tonight's gonna be one of those nights. Just giant gaps in knowledge, right? Like some years ago, I had some stomach issues. I had an endoscopy and a colonoscopy, and I thought they do them both at the same time. I thought they just lay me down flat and like jousting knights come from both sides. Like, you know when 2 buses pass each other and wave? I thought that was gonna happen in my stomach. Just huge gaps in knowledge, right? Like I was born C-section, and I know C-section and cesarean are the same thing, but it took me 27 years to realize the C stood for cesarean. Because I thought they cut a C to make a door to get the baby out. That makes sense, right? In my cartoon head, I'm like, yeah. I was talking to my friend, I was like, I don't know why they make 3 cuts. They should just make 1 cut. He's like, they do make 1 cut. I'm glad they moved away from the door technique. It's a bit barbaric, I think. Just giant gaps in knowledge that I'm walking around with. That's why I think they should have some kind of test before you can vote, right? Like the basics, right? Like, question 1, are you a flat earther? Because right now, there's over 35,000 members in the International Flat Earth Society on both sides of the world. It's concerning, you know? I was visiting with family recently. I've actually started living in Brisbane for a little while to hang out with my grandparents. Because my grandparents are almost 90 now. And so I want to hang out and hear their stories. It's interesting because they're almost 90, I'm 30, and our bodies are decaying at the same rate. Like, I don't know how Now my grandpa's figured it out, right? But these old Indian guys have something, like all the monks that live in the mountains and stuff. Do you know of the monk that has had his arm up for 50 years? Yeah, you're aware of him, right? Yeah. So this guy's had his arm up for 50 years, and apparently he did that for world peace. So he must be watching the news going, fuck. I'm not helping at all right now. God damn it. Also, apparently after 2 years of agonizing pain, his arm just atrophied, and now he can't lower it. So I think we're giving him too much credit for the last 48. Like, he's trying to lower it. He's bumping into shit trying to lower it. He's pissed off that he can't lower it. Meanwhile, everyone else in the village is pissed off because they can't get a cab. He's got 17 cabs lined up. You know, it's brutal, you know? Like, it makes me wonder, like, because technically his arm has atrophied and now he is technically disabled, right? But he did that to himself. So it's an ethical dilemma. Like, would you give up your seat for him on public transport? On the one hand, he is disabled, so maybe you should. But on the other hand, is there anyone more prepared to stand on the train? This guy's been ready all day. I also like to imagine his housemates getting him to do chores he doesn't want to do. Like, who wants to clean the toilet? Yeah, damn it! I'm glad we're all flying again, you know. Like, when I'm flying, I don't really care what I'm watching. I'm more interested in what the person next to me is watching because it gives me a window into their personality. So I thought they must be doing the same thing. So now to mess with people, I bring my laptop on board and just marathon air crash investigations. Just season after season. And you can see them getting nervous. Like, they don't want to racially profile me, but they do have questions. They're like, why are you taking down notes? Why did you just write fuselage down 3 times? Why did you circle our seats? You know, but it's fun. Like, I waste a lot of time watching a lot of dumb TV, whether it's documentaries or otherwise. Like, you guys know The Voice? Yeah, I watch The Voice. I go, you know, the idea behind The Voice being Hollywood cares too much about people's looks, so we'll turn their chairs away so they can press a button and rotate. But that's not a realistic representation of what Hollywood is. So I thought what would be better was if they had a second button so they could start rotating, press it, and keep rotating. That made sense to me, right? When I was visiting my folks recently, my uncle, like, he's a good dude at heart, but he picks the weirdest time to say stuff, right? The other day, my little cousin, 5 years old, runs in crying. And my uncle goes, what's wrong? My little cousin goes, today, somebody called me ugly. In one of his teachable moments, my uncle goes, there's something beautiful in everyone. And that's where he should have stopped. Instead, he continued with, for you, it might not be the face. A single tear rolled out of his good eye. So, when I was a young teenager, I didn't know a lot about the world, right? Like, do you guys know that the swastika is also a Hindu symbol? Yeah. So, as a teenager, I actually got a swastika tattoo. And it wasn't until a bit later that I realized it's also a Hindu symbol. I think that one's gonna make it. I'll tell you about my parents, man. My parents, they love to argue, right? Like any other ethnic parents, they just love arguing. Give us a yell. Any children of divorce here? Yeah. How old were you, if you don't mind, when your parents got divorced? 16, so it was your fault. I'm from a house of should have been divorced. My parents were like, we could get divorced, or we can stay together and fight for 30 years. That way we can really fuck him up. Right? Like sometimes children of divorce, they feel guilt for their parents breaking up. I feel guilt for them staying together. I feel like I could have put more pressure on their marriage. I was too nice a kid. I was going to bed on time. I was doing my homework. I have survivor's guilt. Their marriage survived, and I have guilt. And it wouldn't even be out of any personal, selfish reasons, right? I wouldn't get 2 Christmases. I'm Hindu. I would stay at 0 Christmases. It would just be for the betterment of the world. But now what's happened is because of, a little bit because of that, I think, me and my wife, we also love an argument, right? We love getting into a few arguments. Do you ever, when you're in an argument with your partner, do you ever think of something so mean to say that you're like, I can't say that. That's way too mean. I can't say, that's way too mean. Then they say one more thing. And you're like, release the hounds. Let's say the worst thing. You're just like your mother. That's just getting warmed up. This next one, if you want to go nuclear, feel free to use this one. You don't have imposter syndrome, you're just not good at your job. That one stays with you. Like 3 weeks after the argument, you're like, fuck. So, like the other day, my wife said to me, sometimes I think you care more about who wins the argument than you do about us. And I said, sounds like I won that argument. I put it up on the board. She doesn't like the board. I'm 17 and 4 in this marriage. I need the people to know. I go tell my therapist, I'm like, I won again. My therapist is like, you don't understand marriage or therapy. Also, I'm your physical therapist. Let me just work on your knee and stop saying you won against your wife. But you end up comparing yourself to other couples. It's only natural. Like, do you have those couples, friends of yours, that are like, oh, we never fight. We never fight. These are the same people that'll take a photo at a wedding and go, we love love. No, don't you just love love? We never fight. Sometimes we quibble, but we never fight. One of my quibble friends got divorced recently, and I've never celebrated more. I called him up, I was like, are you quibbling about custody? What's that? Put your kid on the line, I want to figure out what he did that I could never do.